Hello and welcome to another Raceroom video. We're doing the ranked races, back in the ranked lobbies, in the Formula 4 at Zanvoort. I love this car, it's really fun to drive. We qualified front row, P2, so we're going to see what we can do as the 5 red lights go green. I don't normally get such a great start in these cars, but it looks like we're okay for now, going into T1. Guy in front quite early on the brakes. We're going to try go around the outside for the win, but yeah, can't win the race at T1. So it didn't quite work out for us, but I know I have the pace. I definitely have the pace to fight this guy. As we go a little bit wide, it looks like he has a bit of a snap of oversteer. Just covering off the guy behind there. As, he were having a little look up the inside. But we're going to chase P1 down now. In the slipstream, so that's quite helpful. And I have a bit of a twitch of oversteer there. Just lock the rears up a little bit and go out wide, cover the guy off again, so he might be getting a bit frustrated with me. But we managed to hold on as we go into the next corner. Quite a tricky corner this, very easy to lose grip. Just checking we don't have any damage or anything. Again, losing the rear just a little bit. I have my brake bias at 50-50. It kind of really helps rotate the car. It just makes it a little bit snappy if you're a bit too harsh on the brakes. And we're going to come into this corner here. See if we can get a nice switchback move. And he just parks it on the apex a bit there. So good defending from the car in front. As we come around this kind of second to last corner. If you count this next corner as the last corner, I don't know. But we're in the slipstream then, we've got a nice gap to the guy behind. So that's good. And we're just going to stick right behind him in the toe. Pull out all the way to the left. Again, see if we can go the long way round. And not quite, we just took right back in behind him. I think we did get a slightly better exit, but we're right on his tail. Just brake a little bit earlier, just to make sure we don't go into the back of him, and a bit of a lock up there as we try and get a nice run out of this corner. We did lose a little bit of time there, so not ideal, but we carry on in the slipstream once again, and we're gaining on him, try and not make a mistake this time. Looks like his rear just went just a little bit, but I don't think it's anything too bad. Going round this corner, you can really send it round there and get back on the power. Again here for the tricky corner. I think we are catching back up to him once again. Down this long sweeping left, down into second. And we get a pretty decent run. Again, back in the slipstream. We're gaining and gaining. We're going to look to the outside then as he goes defensive. And we're going to take this apex here and once again try this switchback move. I couldn't quite get the power down, so we're still behind him as we come round to this second to last corner. He goes a little bit wide, I see the gap. We just plant the power, get up the inside, and there we go, into the lead of the race. And from there on, as we go break the toe, it was pretty plain sailing for us. Nothing too difficult. We definitely had good pace as we come round T1, and we just pull away just a couple more tenths, and that's pretty much how this first race went. So coming on to the last lap here, this was actually my fastest lap of the race. I'll talk you through it. Braking about 75 metres. Bringing it nice and tight for this corner, keeping it in third gear so you get the traction out the corner. Likes to spin its wheels as this car. Really sending it round there using all the width of the track. A nice high line, bring it in tight to the apex and plant the power down, get a decent exit. There is a little bit of a curb on the exit that you can use, but you just got to be careful not to use too much. Otherwise, again, the car will just spin its wheels. Coming into this corner then, down into fourth. Just kind of got to let the front end bite and then you can get the power down. We come up the hill to this right, just quick on the brakes, send it in fourth, on back on the power again. Again, braking nice and early for this corner. It's easy to lock up there, using all the track once again. Again, down into second, close the corner up, plant the power when you get to the apex, and give you a nice decent run down this kind of back straight. As we charge then towards the chicane here, braking just where the curb starts. You can take a bit of that curb, getting it nice and tight, and back on the power again to the outside of the track. Braking here just after the 50 board, and kind of coasting the car around, getting on the power again, using all the width of the track. And now it's flat here, as long as you get the line right. As we go up the gears then in fifth, maybe getting a little bit of a tow from the car in front and across the line. And that's actually going to be a new personal best lap for me in this car and track. As you can see, a 1 minute 40.9, so a nice win for us there as we go into the next race. This time qualifying a little bit far down in P14. I actually joined this lobby just as qualifying were ending, so I didn't get a chance to put a lap in. But off we go then, and a decent-ish start. The yellow car there bogs down a little bit. We get squeezed just a little bit, but we make our way through right to the outside of the track then, and we're quite late on the brakes. We kind of go for the gap, see if we can get something to work around the outside here. We're still side by side as someone goes off in front of us, and we've got to be nice and careful here. As the two cars there, we manage to get round the outside of him, and we get a little bonk from behind as we try and defend the apex. We're also cautious of cars around us as that guy goes off. I think we did pick up a little bit of suspension damage, but I couldn't really feel it in the car, so I think it were only minor at the rear. So yeah, up a couple of positions then, right into P8 as this car in front loses it, so that's another nice position for us. Up into P7 then, so only halfway through the first lap and already making good progress as we come round this corner. I don't know the names of the corners and I cannot pronounce these Dutch corner names, so just nice and steady around this first kind of lap now, the second half of this first lap, and see if we can pick up any more positions. Always on the lookout, of course. Now here we come into the chicane then, and once again we try the switchback, but I was just a little bit too wide on the entry there, so we lost a bit too much time, couldn't get that to really work for us. As we come round this corner, we're pretty quick round that corner, I found, taking a lot of time out of the other guys round there. So we pick up a little bit of dirt here, and that kind of induces a bit of understeer into the car. We've got the tow then, looking for this braking marker here, up the inside. Just get a bit of a squeeze, but we managed to go side by side. We're still side by side on the corner exit. I think he got the speed. We're going to brake early as he nearly swipes across his front and takes us out, so we had to be a bit careful there. You're entitled to do that, I think. They did have the racing line, although I was side by side with him, so it would have been nice to have some space, but you never know what these guys are gonna drive like, so you just got to be that bit more careful. Go down into fourth gear then, and it gets a tyre on the grass, and these two are side by side, so it's going to make things a little tricky as we go to turn in. But is right there, so we have to back out of it. The monster car goes off wide, so right on the inside for this tricky corner now, which isn't ideal. We lock up the brakes a little bit, but we go through then onto P6. Still chasing down this guy in P5, Ortiz, and we're going to try and make a move on him here, are we? No, not quite just yet. It's not really on, isn't the overtaking there. It's a tricky corner to overtake. Not many good overtaking opportunities at Zanvoort, but we're using all the track there. I think he's going to go off just a little bit wide, and that's going to really let us catch back up again. Going around this long sweeping left. Again, we're going to take the nice wide line, get a brilliant exit out the corner, and then we're going to close on him and close on him and close on him. See if we can look for a move here. We look to the inside, looking for the curb. It's a bit of a send, but we managed just about to get the thing slowed down and get the move made. So up into P5 now, looking ahead and trying to chase down P4 then. As here we go, and we're in the slipstream of him as we've caught up a little bit. I'm not sure how far into the race we are. I don't have my my steering wheel on with all the timings and everything, but we make a good move on him. Again, braking a little bit earlier there, he goes off wide. Can we try and make it round the outside? We tap the wall a little bit there, doing a bit of a NASCAR move, but we get that to work round the outside. Not often you get a move round the outside there, but we managed to get it done. So half distance, so halfway through the race, and catching up to this Vold guy here now, and really got the gap down quite a bit. And this is for the podium then, so how we're going to be able to get a podium as he, I think, makes a bit of a mistake there, and you can see the relative flying down. So we're right onto the back of him. Can we make a move here? Purple sector 2, as we get just a bit of understeer there, as the tyres are starting to go off a little bit. A yellow flag up ahead, so we're going to have to keep his eye out for that. As we come round this corner that's been doing pretty well. Car coming back onto the track. I think it's a back marker, so it's not going to be for position. But yeah, that was the last lap, so couldn't quite get on the podium there. Still P14 to P4. Quite happy with that. There you go, another 140.9. So the quickest guy doing a 140.8 there. As we go into the last race then of the day, qualifying P4. Some quick drivers in this one. This was a really pretty intense race. Beckett at the front there, he's an absolute alien with his pace. But here we go then, for the last time, someone gets disqualified for deciding just to ignore the lights there. So that was quite funny. But yeah, we bogged down a bit at the start, and this Pope gets up us inside, and we're going to try and get the position back, but we've got another car on us inside there, trying to go all the way around the outside, but it gets the move to stick as we have to lift off the throttle there. We go side by side here, doing another car up the inside, so we're going to have to try and go defensive and just hold the apex there, and the guy behind us backs out. So we've actually dropped a couple of positions at the start here, so that's less than ideal, but we're gonna try our best to fight back here as we just skip forward a little bit. Still in P6 then, on the back of this orange car, and we're going to come around this corner, and you can see the driver get out of here. It's much better than the guy in front. We get the dirty air, the car understeers a little bit. We've got the slipstream then on his way into T1. We're catching. We're going to look to the inside, and he's actually going to back out quite early there, so I don't know if he was just letting me through, or maybe he was thinking of doing a switchback move or something, but we get the overtake done there. The two cars ahead of me are fighting, so that's going to really help me catch back up, as we just take a bit too much curb there, and it unsettles the car a little bit, but it's nothing catastrophic. As we're up into P5, still chasing these next two drivers. I think Pope and Blatcher there as Pope. Just, I don't know what happens. It looks like he just forgot to brake. Maybe he had a lockup, but he just went straight off the track. So that's another free position. Now look at the ratings in the bottom left on the relative there. Look at the ratings of these guys. They're up in the 1.9Ks. So if I can catch up to them, which as you can see I have done, I really fancy having a bit of a race with the big boys if we can get in there. As you see, the gap now right down to 0.4, and we're not really close enough to make a move on Blatcher. But we're going to try his best just to keep in his toe, keeping his slipstream, maybe force him into a mistake. Oh, it goes a bit wide there. We can't quite get the power down enough though, as we're right on his back now. See if we can maybe get a switchback move into the long left-hander we've got coming up. A little back marker there, I think he spooks me a little bit. So we come into this corner then, and yeah, I just lose the rear. Just like that, we've we've buggered it up. So the back marker there going into the wall, so I'm not sure what happened to him. And we get demoted once again, back down to P6, so we've got some more work to do. 7 minutes left in the race, so we're about halfway through, just over halfway through. And we've got to overtake these two guys yet again, as he goes off wide, does Pope there, and that really upsets his exit. He's going to go defensive to the inside, we're going to go right the way around the outside, going to send it, and he's going to send it on the inside, and once again he goes a little bit wide, so we try the switchback. We're side by side now, out the corner, and see if we can get the move done. Just managed to squeeze ahead, and we're gonna just hold it on the apex, defend from him there. A little bump from behind, but we don't get any damage, so that's good. Chasing after this Razchuk, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but here we go then. Fighting for P4 once again, and we're gonna see if we can get a move done. Again, right in his slipstream around this corner, taking a nice tight line, trying to get the power down, and we're right on his tail then into this really sendy right-hander, and right on his back now. See if we can pressurise him into a mistake, but he holds his line quite nicely there. So once again we're going to try this move round to the outside, swoop in for the apex, get the power down, and we don't quite get the best exit in the world. So yeah, it didn't quite work out for us that time, but we have got the slipstream coming down to this last straight, as we come into the chicane, and look for a switch back here, but he just parks it on the apex, so good defending by him there. And we're going to come round to this last corner, second to last corner, wherever it is, and as you can see there, once again we get an amazing exit, but he just closes the door on us there, so we have to lift off a little bit. That might invite Pope back up to us, but we're in his slipstream. He's going to go defensive, is it? Yeah, he's going to go defensive, going to stick to that line, and we're going to go right the way around the outside. Just trying to pinch him in just a little bit, but give him enough space. And what an overtaking move that was. That's probably one of my best overtaking moves I've done in Raceroom. So pretty happy with that. And yeah, I don't think there's going to be enough time now to catch back up with the guys on the podium, but it has been a fun race nonetheless. And here we are then. We did close the gap a little bit, but just not enough in the end as we come round the last turn then, and it's going to be another P4. But yeah, what a load of fun this car track combo is. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, you know which buttons to click. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.